Did somebody say lateral lines? So when we talk about anatomical slings in your body, there's so many different connections. And we want to honor those connections. And today specifically, we're going to honor that lateral line. Now, the beautiful part about your body is that it's made up of muscles, yes, but there's so much going on with the connective tissue as we're learning about the fascia and how everything is connected. So if our body doesn't move in a vacuum, if we're not compartmentalized as we move, but we're integrated, why do we train the body in isolation? Why do we spend so much time focusing on body parts instead of the connection?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I don't know.
What's great about the lateral line is that there are muscles that are involved. I mean, we can name them. You've got your glute medius, you got your tensor fascia lata, your TFL, you got your IT band, you got your external, you got your internal obliques, and some other muscles that make this up. And what's important about your lateral line is that it could be a weak spot in your body and you don't even know it. So when you're walking, it creates a stability. So as you're walking forward, it's trying to prevent you from any of that shifting side to side. When I go into a lunge pattern, so whether I'm exercising or whether I'm trying to get up off of the floor using that lunge pattern, that lateral line with all those muscles that we just talked about are going to stabilize so that we can elevate fluidly, effortlessly off the floor. Now in the gym, we try to train this in so many different ways. We'll do these side bends because we think, the lateral line's here, so if I just side bend back and forth, well, that's going to help. The problem with that is using that load and the intention. So sometimes when I'm using a dumbbell, kettlebell, whatever bell, and I'm just repetitiously going into these side bends, not even really thinking, and I'm finding that I'm getting more movement through my lower back than I am through my hips, well, this doesn't really work well for your lateral line or your spinal health. What else do we do? We'll train the side planks. The side planks are a beautiful exercise, but I want you to understand one thing. They're not easy. And so I don't want to bring some brand new client who I'm pretty sure their lateral line could use a little polishing up. I'm not going to put them in a side plank position because I think that that's going to be pretty overwhelming for them. And we want them to be successful. And then we have our, what we call loaded carries. We have our farmer's carries. We have our suitcase carries, overhead carries, racked carries. A great thing to work on. However, if your walking pattern is already compromised because let's say your lateral line's a little bit out of whack, well, how's that going to help? Right? We're just going to add to that compensation. And we're going to put more wood on that fire, and it's not going to help at all. So here's the best part about the MIM, the myofascial integrated movements that we've been practicing here at Fitness Lying Down for almost a year. Actually, it's been over a year. Is that these are accessible. You have an ability to gain knowledge and wisdom of your movement patterns in an environment that's safe for you. So like I said, if I put somebody in a side plank and they've thought their whole life, man, side planks are really tough, and I put them in a side plank and I do my expert precision coaching and I put them in the best spot ever, but if their brain is saying, man, side planks are so hard, I don't want to do them, it's going to be a disaster. And if I give them a kettlebell and I want them to walk around with that kettlebell, well, the intention, once again, that bell's going to be swinging all around, their body's going to be back and forth. They don't have any proprioceptive awareness. They're not aware of how their body moves in space. So I need to give them some of those drills. And what's nice is that we'll use body weight. We'll also use our mobility balls. And those mobility balls, what? Little innocent, little orbs, 1, 2, 3 pounds. So these drills are going to be accessible for people. And we can teach them how to use their body in a way that gives them that mobility, but yet stability and that lateral line. So we might do those side bends that I was already talking about not doing very well with a dumbbell or kettlebell. But now if we add that intention, if we include the breath, if we teach them how to use their feet, now they can go in a side bend that's going to open up. And it's, again, opening up but yet stabilizing where they need to. That we can give them the tools to move forward. So this connection in your body that's so important for your low back health, for your knee health, even for your shoulders. That we can learn how to transfer that power, be able to transfer that force across our body. So as we're walking, maybe we can stop with decompensations. Maybe we don't have that limp anymore. Maybe we can have a more fluid walking pattern with the shoulders over our hips, just making it look effortless. And I know for a lot of you, walking doesn't seem to be a big task. Walking's easy until you can't. Moving is easy until you can't. So let's spend some time. Let's floss those joints of our body. Let's shine up those lines in our body. Let's get those movement patterns to glow, to gleam, to shine. And that way, no matter what stage of life you are in, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, all the way up to wherever age, you're going to be moving better now and in the future. Lateral lines. Can I? No, I can't. You're welcome.